and the chat rolls in. Stores fly and the night begins. Some talk steak, some talk life. Some just trying to get it right. Names on the screen, but it feels real close. Laughing easy like we're all on the porch. Different roads, but we meet right here. Pull up a chair, we're already there. Target prime rib, come on in. Riblets gather, let the talk begin. Laugh a little, say what it is. Ain't no pressure here in this carnivore keto, however you roll. We're just talking live and feeding the soul. Ain't about perfect, just where you're at. We're all hanging out, chewing the fat. Come on back, chewing the fat.
Hey, fellow riblets, it's me, Tom, from Target Prime Rib. I hope everybody's doing pretty well. So far, the only person I see in the chats is Lynn, 22Q Cat. Say hello, Lynn. I hope more people join. Oh, and here's Golden Girl. And, of course, we have my special guest right here, right next to me, Robyn Heron. Hey, Robyn, how you doing? Otherwise known as Grandma.
I am super excited to be here. You know what? That was so amazing. I'm like,
You like that?
So I need to talk to John Together Strong. Absolutely, because that was fire. It was so good.
I'm sure that he's a great guy, John. You know, he's a great channel and he's really cool. I never actually officially met him, but then again, I never really met you until now. So
yes, this is our first time to be able to hang out together. So I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, of course. I've been wanting you to be on here since I started the whole thing. So, so we got a few more people. So I just mentioned Golden Girl and Q Cat, but we also have Donna Ray Bacon Runner, and you can tell me if any of these names sound familiar to you. Now we're streaming actually from 3 places. Well,
Charlie,
3.5, I guess you could say. We're streaming obviously from YouTube on my channel and YouTube from Robyn's channel, and then I'm also streaming from Instagram, which we all know that I do, because I want to show off to my family. Not that I don't know if anybody's watching it, but, you know, like, how else are you going to let them know what you're doing if, you know? And then Robyn's streaming from Facebook.
Yes.
So, which I know you've done your channel on Facebook as well, because I've said hello there a few times. Yes. And so we're everywhere. So we're going to probably see from both of all of our channels and all of our legacies. So we got a few people here. So like I mentioned the 2 already. So Bacon Runner, Gary No Slow is here. And I don't know, Robyn, if you've seen his line of shirts, but they're pretty spectacular. So maybe later on I'll actually put a link in for Gary, so then you can see it. And of course we have Smoothie is here. And then we have Roxanne Friend is also here. And then on your channel, let's see, I can tell. I know who's on your channel and who's on my channel. Is Darth Carnivore. So Charlie's here.
Hey, Charlie.
And then we have Free Thinker. I love the name Free Thinker because
that's awesome.
I think in Carnivore you have to be a free thinker, you know? Yes. And then Evelyn Keto Hotline is here. And of course,
hey, Evelyn.
And the infamous, show it on stage, the infamous John Together Strong.
John.
So John.
Yeah, John. I'm saying, okay, I need to reach out to you. I mean, you got to talk because that intro was amazing.
So John, if you want, you know, if you want to reach out to Robyn, I can give you either her email or give her your email. Either one, you just give me the permission, or just, you know, we'll hook you guys up together first.
Yes.
In some way.
I love it.
And then we have Juanita, which is on your channel. See, I told you I can tell these things. And then we got Retired Rick, is here.
Rick.
And then of course the lovely Amanda the Carnivore Makina is here,
Amanda.
and that's everybody. So that's pretty cool, and we're going to get more. So as we get more, I will put your name in the chats, while Robyn's telling her story, which, on your channel we got John YP2HO.
I get some, let's see. I get a lot of trolls on my channel. So just so you know, you might have to boot these people out.
Is he a troll?
Sounds like it, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, John. Well, you're coming off her channel, so I can't do anything about it.
See what I can do. Let's see what I can do.
All
right, yes,
right?
I can do it. I can do
it.
John says he's not a troll. Okay, John is not a troll. Okay, John.
Well,
we'll wait and see what else he's saying.
Why don't we let's see what happens.
Okay.
And you go from there.
Yes. All right. I didn't boot him out yet. So okay.
I have my
Sorry,
moderators.
John.
I don't know if you have your moderators.
I don't have a moderator. That's like, if somebody's looking to be a moderator.
I would have at least thought G was your moderator.
No, nobody's my moderator.
Oh my God. Wow.
I'm typically the moderator. So yeah.
Yeah, but how do you keep up? I mean, you got have a lot of people on your to come on. And, it's like I have
still not enough. Still not enough. Well, you guys, come on over and
if anybody wants to be a moderator for Robyn,
I need help.
She pays $28,000 an hour.
Woo, oh my gosh. Shoot, I want to work for myself then.
That's cool.
Oh, John says I haven't eaten meat in 10 years and I never felt better. Wow. Okay. Somebody else says I am a troll. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Do you recognize this person?
I don't.
Okay. So. Well, then obviously we're keeping an eye on you too. So anybody that's watching, I'll put the names down. If you see someone, just let me know. Okay. I do have some moderators. I don't see them in the chats yet. But but I can make a person a moderator. It's so easy to make a person a moderator. It's not even fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they might just be like making bacon and eggs or something, So it's like, well, we're carnivores. We got to be eating our steaks while you're doing your live. So this is fun, So I'm going to, as I told you before, I'm going to star any questions that come up or any good comments, and then we'll put them up after you do your story. We will show them. So if you think that I'm not paying attention to you guys, I am. We are just waiting until after. Oh, speaking of moderator, Aaron Booby Goats.
Hey! Yes, I know this person.
Yes. How can you not know Booby Goats? I mean,
everybody's
her name makes her famous.
Yes. It's so cool. Hi, Aaron.
I think that's what she gave a story on how she came up with Booby Goats, but I think she just already knew. She's like, okay, if I mention a female body part in my name,
people will like that.
People will like it, and let's make it where it's like it turns a guy into a 6-year-old boy.
Right.
And
exactly.
He's forced to say it, Oh, and then we got, I know you know her, Grandma.
Hey. Yes, she wrote she did the most amazing song for Impact. And I cannot wait to share it. I just haven't had the chance to get it together and put it out there, but it is posted on my channel in my posts.
Yeah.
Come and meet me in Kalamazoo. It was so good. I'm like, this is so amazing. How are y'all doing that? I love it.
She's done for everybody, I think. Or at least it feels
Very
like
cool.
She's done. Like whenever she meets a story or does, I mean, I know her idol is is Bill Knott, and Grandma.
Isn't he all of our idol though?
I think so. Bill. I think even if he's not the one that brought you here, I think people still love Bill Knott. If not Bill Knott, we love Daisy. I mean, you have to.
Absolutely. Yes.
Like I
Daisy's
even have
all our cat.
I even have the Bill Knott and Daisy T-shirt. So
Oh, nice, nice.
as soon as Carrie made it, I got it, and I got it in red because I figured that Bill would do exact. I found out that red, if you wear it on Fridays, red supports Red Shirt Day for the um what does it stand for? Red something employed, like
Hmm.
like pretty much bring the troops back,
Oh, okay. Hmm.
and so I wear it. I wear it. And I'm like, hey, I'll get it with Bill and Daisy's face on it.
Yes.
So, and we got a few. Oh my God, you are bringing so many people in here. It's not even funny. We got.
Well, that's
I
awesome.
mean, they're all my channel, but you're still bringing them in.
Okay,
We've
okay.
got Feral Grandma Wendy is here,
Hey, Wendy.
and then we got Brian. Brian
Hey,
Airy is
Brian.
here, and hopefully you guys will subscribe. If you're not subscribed to Robyn already, hopefully you will subscribe to Robyn. I'm seeing a lot of trolls on Robyn's side, so please don't subscribe to me.
It's crazy. And I'm telling you, the trolls go crazy on my channel, particularly when I have the two views going. You know how in StreamYard you can have the up and down for the phone, or you can have the like the you're gonna watch it on TV view. When I have that phone view there, the trolls go crazy. I don't know what it is. I don't
I
know why. All of a sudden that started happening last year. I'm like, you know what? I've made it. I've arrived. The trolls are here.
you have arrived. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I usually keep most of the trolls out, so if they come in, I know it's from your channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and she says hi, Grandma. So yeah, you're a
Hi.
grandmother, obviously, because why
Yeah.
would you, John? Okay,
Oh, John. Oh, I'm sorry, John. You gotta go. Bye-bye, John. Let's see here. We're gonna just go ahead and
that's
get
just
rid of
crude.
John. We don't want that. As long as you behave, I won't kick you out.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
say whatever you want, but just behave. Don't be trifling, okay? That means just nasty.
John's an idiot.
Yeah.
I actually did a drawing. I actually did a picture of him as a potato dressed in a wig and high heels.
Oh my God. Yeah. I don't mind the
Yeah,
trolls as long as
who
they're clean,
you know
Don't
who came
be
up with the
some.
John Spud was at least the channel that I saw when I did it was Russ.
Oh, really? I love
So I
Russ.
was like, oh, I got to do an AI version of this, and I just did, and then I paid for I bought the credits for the video and made him dancing or like doing like a little strut as a one of those cross-dressing runway models.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I need to see that now.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I it's all downloaded on my keys, believe it or not. So
Okay.
my
Very
drive
cool.
that big, and I just put my computer. And that way I save memory on my computer. I don't overwrite it.
Oh, it's smart. Yeah. I see those things on TikTok, like these little devices that you can put, because I have so much video. I don't know if a lot of people out here are content creators, but you keep on creating videos and just like piles and piles of content. Some of it gets out, some of it doesn't, but like it fills your phone up and it fills your computer up. It's
Yes.
just
Yeah.
insane how much content you end
Well,
up
who's
with.
really good with filling up video content is, have you seen some of the videos that Barry Simon does?
I haven't heard of Barry.
Yeah, Barry's mostly with he's in my group, but he's also mostly with Mitch. And he
Okay.
does a lot of Mitch's, like if you watch Mitch's early morning um
Mm-hmm.
ever, you'll see like a lot of clips. Me and Barry actually collaborated on quite a few of them, but
Okay.
most of them were him. Like he does like we do a lot of things like against not against in a mean way, but against Peter, Rick, Peter Papa Carnivore and Rick
Mm-hmm.
Sergeant Mopar, and
Yes.
like we
Y'all be
just
battling.
and of course and lately he's been doing a lot of videos of, and I do a few. Oh, did I buffer? Oh,
Yep, you
sorry if I
buffered a
just
little bit.
apologize. Yeah,
Okay.
well, it is raining here because Rick jinxed me. He said it was raining at his house. So
Mm.
I was like, okay, it's not raining here. Everything's good. It's nice and sunny out. And then now it's raining. So I think
Oh
Rick
my
said to the
God.
rain, go to Tom. Tom wants you over there. Go to him.
Yes, right.
And I probably could use
It's
it. It's
not
nice and
raining here yet, but I'm getting ready to have a birthday party at my house. And I'm like, okay, it's going to be 5 o'clock. So we'll see if it gets crazy
and
up in here.
I gotta put this on the stage because Barry Simon says, "What timing? Howdy, Thomas Robyn," and all.
Hey,
Just when I was
Barry.
talking, just when I was talking about
Yeah,
him.
that's the person you just told me about. Okay. Hey, Barry.
And we got another moderator here, just Jerry.
Hey,
Um,
Jerry. How
and
are you?
I know you know Jerry.
Yes, I do.
And of course, Danny in Boston. Hey, Danny. How we doing? So like I said, as she tells her story, I'm going to put anybody who comes in now from this point on, I am going to put onto the screen so you can acknowledge that you're here. And then I'm going to star any questions or great comments. So keep the great comments and the questions in there, and then we will then go from there. So without further ado, Robyn.
Well, hey, everybody. I'm so excited to be here tonight with Thomas and Juliet. I don't know where Juliet is. Glad to be here.
That was a
Thank you
one-time
so
thing. Well, I shouldn't say one-time thing, but
I noticed that. I'm like, okay, where's Juliet? All
yeah,
right.
she was just coming to visit.
My name is Robyn Heron, and I am your carnivorous grandma. I am a carnivore. I've been a carnivore for 3.5 years. And I'm super excited to be here tonight to chew the fat. So very, very thankful for the invitation. Regarding my story, as I said, I've been a carnivore for 3.5 years. And literally started dieting when I was 11 because I think, coming up, I was a little bit chubby. You know, there were two things. There was two things that were going on. One was that I had a baby sister. My baby sister was 2 years younger than me. We probably looked like we could be twins though, because similar in height and size and stuff. But I was always bigger than her. Well, as I got older and thought about that, I'm like, okay, that makes sense that I would be bigger than her. I was 2 years older than her, right? Anyway, everybody would comment about how big I was. She's chubby. They would poke my little tummy and say, oh, she's chubby. And so I started to have this complex around weight very early. And at the age of 11, I decided that I needed to be on a diet. Now, when I look back at pictures of the little girl that I was not fat, overweight. Like, if you see like how a lot of kids are today because we're eating all these carbs, I wasn't overweight like that. I was a normal sized child. Um, but I started to think I was fat and I needed to go on a diet. So I went on this diet when I was 11. Course, another factor was that my mom was a big dieter. She always was on a diet or thinking about going on a diet. She was always restricting. She always felt like she was overweight also. So at the age of 11, I decided that I'm just going to eat meat. I'm only going to eat ground beef, but raw ground beef is what I thought I would eat. And I made this decision. I started to eat a little bit of that. And my mom was like, no way, you cannot do that. That is going to kill you. Do not eat raw ground beef. So I would do different things. Like I would try just eating only carrots or eating, just one food celery or, trying to do something to lose this weight that I thought I was overweight. That started like a lifelong issue with dieting and just yo-yo dieting pretty much my whole adult life. Um, and I always wanted to be a person who could eat whatever they want and not gain weight. You know how some people can just eat whatever they want. They eat all the carbs, they eat all the pasta, rice, and everything, and they can just don't gain any weight. And but I never was that person. I was always a person who had to restrict, go on a diet. I tried many, many diets. I mean, the only reason I didn't try a diet was 'cause either I didn't hear about it or I didn't want to pay for it. Those were the two reasons why I would not try. But I tried all the diets like Weight Watchers. I did the military diet and the cabbage soup diet, and I did restricting by calories. And, I found like I could only eat about 900 to 1,000 calories a day and still and lose or maintain my weight. So I was starving, literally, and so I was yo-yo dieting back and forth, up and down, as I did all these diets over the years. And so, but I really did think that this is all about weight. It was all about weight, even though I had a variety of different issues. I had like this skin condition, it's called eczema. Am I able to share my screen? I'll just show a picture of what it looked like. Let me see if I can do that. I'll share this picture. This is my my eczema face. So, I say I had two black eyes and I had dark circle around my mouth. This is when I was heavy also. So, the funny thing is I thought maybe this might be caused by some different kinds of foods. I would go to the doctor and I had these blisters on my hands. I'm not going to show those because they're pretty, not pretty to look at. Blisters in my hands, and basically I go to the doctor and they say this is not food related. In fact, you have no food allergies at all. No food allergies at all. So I suffered with this eczema. I had IBS, anxiety. The anxiety was crippling. But I found keto in the early 2000s, and I tried keto. Now, keto, well, I'll call it keto, but it was like the Dr. Atkins diet. It was the Atkins New Diet Revolution, where you were supposed to go on a ketogenic way of eating, but only for 2 weeks to begin with, right? And then you had to start climbing the carb ladder, right? So I tried it, and I was like, this induction phase, 20 carbs or less, is absolutely amazing. I feel great on it. But I thought you're going to get sick if you stay on this too long, right? Because you could only stay on it for 2 weeks. I saw that people were staying on it long term. And I'm
Right.
like, they're going to kill themselves. They're going to kill themselves, right? And so, sorry, it's the smoke, you guys. The smoke is choking me up. It's been choking me up all week.
Oh my God. Is it
Anyway.
really bad there?
Oh yeah, it was worse yesterday, but yeah, it's pretty smoggy out here.
I'm pretty lucky. We don't really have that. We don't have the
Oh
issue.
yeah, yeah, it's good.
I mean,
It's good for
I
you
don't
that
want
you
to say
don't
the
have
word
it.
yet because I don't want to jinx it,
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but anyway, so yo-yo dieting and then all these issues with my physical health, and just the idea that, I tried this keto I did keto for 10 years, actually. Once keto became a thing, like, okay, you can stay in ketosis long term. I did keto for 10 years. So 5 years of keto, I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is really good. I was making all these different recipes. I was cooking up everything. I was like recreating everything that I used to enjoy. I was eating a lot of cheese, a lot of dairy, cream cheese, sour cream, all those things. I would have a huge plate of what I would call a high fat, plant-based keto. That's how I would describe it, right? Because I was using all this almond flour and I was eating, a ton of broccoli, a ton of spinach. I made a dish that the family just loves it. It's like spinach lasagna. No noodles, just with spinach. And they just love that. And at this point, I'm like, I can't make it for you. It's not good. It's not good. So, I was just doing a high plant-based ketogenic way of eating. First 5 years were great. One summer, I decided, you know what? It's summer. Let's have some sweet corn. Now, corn is not a keto. It's not keto. It's high carb. It's high starch, right? So I decided to
It's
have some
corny.
of this corn. And then for 5 years, did do what I like to call Cheeto because I kept cheating. I kept falling off the wagon and gaining and losing all this weight. I was back on the yo-yo diet roller coaster. So 10 years of keto, 5 of it was good, strong keto, high plant-based keto, but yet and still I was doing good on it. And then, all these keto treats started coming out. And then I'm back on the yo-yo diet roller coaster where I'm just controlled by food, right? So, how did I get to carnivore? It's probably the question people are wondering. Like, well, what made you try it? Now, I was like many people. When I heard of carnivore, people eating just meat only, I thought, who does that? Now that's crazy. Like, who does that? Like, they're gonna kill themselves. They're gonna give themselves a heart attack. And all of the dogma that we have been taught is what I thought when I heard about it.
It's
But
ludicrous.
But what happened was I was watching Dr. Berry because Dr. Berry was the keto doc. Like everybody, he was talking about all the different disease states that you could cure with keto. And he was doing just pumping out videos about keto. All of a sudden, he started talking about carnivore. And he tried carnivore. I watched him for like 9 months. And I'm like, okay, so he didn't die. And I'm a professional dieter. I can do a diet. Don't matter what diet is, I can do it. So let me try this carnivore diet. And I decided that I would jump off the cliff and try it when I watched him not die on it. And he was doing so well. He was literally thriving, doing amazing, losing weight where he had not, he kind of was struggling to lose weight. And now he started losing weight again. He looked so vibrant. And then he started to talk about the amazing benefits of carnivore. So I decided that I could try it. And I did try it on February 22nd, 2023 was the day that I decided to try it. Now, there are recommendations that the things that I did, I would not recommend. Like the first thing was I didn't weigh myself. I didn't take a picture. I just didn't really trust it, I guess. I thought this is not, it's going to be what it is. I'm going to try it for 90 days and then I'm going to start bringing back things in. And within 30 days on carnivore, I was like, oh, so there's no way that I'm going to be able to go back. There's no way I'm going to be able to go back because I was discovering that, how Dr. Chafee says that plants are trying to kill you. I was discovering that plants really are trying to kill me. I really have a problem with plants. That was the first thing that I discovered is that I really, really have a problem with plants. And I didn't like a lot of vegetables to begin with. And it's probably why I was at 11 years old thinking I should just eat only meat. And I was on the right track, right? Because I'm not a big vegetable person anyway, but I think it really is because vegetables don't make me feel good. They don't make me feel good and they cause a lot of those problems. So when I look at my skin issues, especially with my hands, plants were a lot of the problem with that. And then like the 2 black eyes and all of that stuff, plants were a big part of that. And so I discovered when I eliminated plants, I was able to feel better. So a couple of things happened when I tried it. For 30 days, I had diarrhea. 30 days straight, which is why I'm like, don't say 30 days. Say 31 days or say 90 days if you're going to try it. Because if I had said 30 days, I would have quit. Because the first 30 days, my gut was like, what the heck are you doing? What are you doing to us? My microbiome was jacked up with all those plant-based, microbes. And because like I said, I was doing a high plant-based keto when I could stay on it. And, basically my gut was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. So, but I had IBS and I was constantly constipated. Like I was the person in the bathroom for an hour crying, like, oh my gosh, I can't go and all of that. Day 31, the heavens opened And I had this amazing BM, I'm gonna call it, that was like never before. I had never experienced it in my that I could remember in my life. And I'm like, oh, this is what this is supposed to be like. This is amazing. So that happened on day 31. The other thing was that I was completely obsessed with food. Like I was thinking about food all the time. I was constantly like, I wanted to see what you're going to eat. I want you to see what I'm eating. I want to talk about food. Let's just talk about, are we going to the grocery store and what are we going to buy and what are we going to make? And I had this whole sort of thing that me and my mom were doing back and forth, talking about food all the time and, looking at each other's plates and doing all this stuff. I realized suddenly, like, wait a minute, I don't really care what you ate. I'm okay. I'm okay not to know what you ate today. Sorry, mom. But I just was not interested. The racing thoughts around food and what I like to call my mental illness. Like I was completely absorbed into food. I had this terrible impending sense of doom that was
Mm.
just hanging over me constantly. That began to lift. And I'll tell you how I knew it. I was on a live stream with Carrie, I think, Carrie Mann, and my phone rang while I was on the live stream. And I sent that call to voicemail. Now, I was a person who had to answer every single call, especially it was from somebody in my family. I had to answer the call, find out, make sure everybody's alive, nothing has happened. I just had this impending sense of doom. Something is going to happen. And I was able to send that call to voicemail, and that was like a revelation. Like, oh my gosh, something is healing in my brain. And so, that was a huge, huge thing that happened. It probably doesn't seem like that big of a deal to people to send a call to voicemail, but my husband would be like, do you have to answer every call? And I would be like, yes, I got to make sure that everybody is okay.
Oh.
So I had all these worries, all these fears. I had like debilitating anxiety. And it started to just calm down. I'll give you an example of what was happening with this anxiety. I was going to be trapped in my house. I really was on my way to being trapped in the house because I would get in my car to drive on a beautiful sunny day. And, like as things do, there were shadows from the trees. The trees, you're driving, you see the shadows on the road, right? And then I would freak out and have to go home, go lay down because that movement of the shadows would freak me out. So just things like that. I was not able to cross over bridges and on and on and on. The anxiety was so high. And so, I just really was struggling in my life. And after 30 days on carnivore, I was like, I'm never going to be able to go back. I'm just never going to be able to go back because things changed so drastically within that first 30 days. That's not to say that everything got all the way better, but I'm like, it's such a huge difference that I can't see a way back to eating even keto. And so, I kept on going and I've been doing it for 3.5 years. And I continue to have different discoveries as I'm going along. Um, after about, do you want me to just keep talking or you want to ask me a question?
No, you're good. Like I
Okay.
said,
Okay. All right. So just,
yeah, unless you need time to breathe or something.
no,
But
no, I'll tell you guys this one more thing and then we can take a question.
okay.
So, because one big factor for me was that eczema, right? And it was supposed to not be food related at all. And come to find out, dairy was a huge issue with that. Like, that's probably uh, the biggest or one of the biggest things with that skin condition that I had was dairy and then plants like leafy greens in particular, like lettuce or um, even broccoli, cauliflower. I tried those things since I've been carnivore, and those things cause my skin to flare up. Seed oils are really bad, but the dairy, I was a cheese lover. Like I said, I would have a plate full of fat kid broccoli. I don't know if you guys remember Keto Ginger from back in the day. She had this recipe for fat kid broccoli, and it's just broccoli with cheese and cream cheese, and so good and just absolutely delicious. And I was cheesy. Even when I went carnivore, I ate a lot of cheese. I had a lot of burgers with cheese. I put cheese on everything. And come to find out, the dairy was a huge problem. I can't have, the only dairy that I can actually have now is I can have butter as long as I don't go crazy. I can't have any cheese at all, no cheese at all, no sour cream, no heavy cream in the coffee, none of that stuff. Dairy was one of the biggest factors for this two black eye thing. It was really, really problematic, but I didn't want to give it up because I love, I love cheese.
Right.
However, cheese does not love me. It does. And I heard this one doctor say, she said, "Why do you keep loving things that don't love you?" And I had to really grapple with that. It took a long time. So I've been carnivore for 3.5 years, and for two, maybe and a half of those years, I ate cheese almost every day. And and then I had to just eventually say, I have to give it up. I have to give it up. So I'll pause, take a breath.
Uh, you're great. So we got a few more people that joined us. Obviously, I was putting in the chats, but also including Carnivore Muscle. Jonathan's here.
Hey,
So, hey,
so
Jonathan.
glad
It's
you're
always
here.
good to see you. So I'm going to go to the starred section, and I'm going to read the last question first, the last statement first, and then I'll go back and then we'll start reading some questions. There was a couple that asked questions, not many, but I'm hoping that will build up as time goes on. Sometimes they wait, you know. Maybe they just think I'm not going to catch it or something, or maybe I didn't. But just Jerry says, Robyn, well, you do work in Wisconsin.
How
So
do you know that?
there you go.
Yes, I do.
And you know
Yes,
what?
I do.
I'm a cheese lover too. I just can't get away from. But I have the same I have the same issues. Like it probably
Mm,
isn't the best thing for me. I don't get skin
mhm,
issues, but I definitely get more visits to the porcelain throne when I have too much butter. So I have to
mhm.
regulate, and everything. And it was like, but the only problem is when I don't have butter, then I get really depressed. So it's like,
Oh, okay.
so it's like, okay,
Yeah.
do I hit depression and go to the bathroom? And you would think going to the bathroom like 15 times a day would actually make you depressed too.
Yeah.
But it's it's
Yeah.
it's it's such a catch-22. It's not even funny.
It really is a catch-22. I felt that way about cheese. I used to say, is a cheeseless life worth living? Like, because pizza was my favorite food. I love cheese. But I think the final straw was I knew that this was a problem. I mean, I even interviewed Dr. Lisa Wiedemann, who talks all about carb sobriety and being carb sober around foods. I knew I didn't have sober behavior with cheese. Like I would just overconsume it in the first place. I think it was last summer. So it was 2.5 years before I gave it up. So last summer, my daughter brought me, I had kind of given it up, but my daughter brought me this beautiful blue cheese from the farmer's market. And I was like, I'm gonna have just a little bit of it with my burger. And that day, after I ate that, my hands just broke out into rashes, so much itching. It was immediate. Within probably an hour, I was like, oh man, yeah, I can't tolerate cheese, so I just have to give it up.
All right. So now let's go to the top, and this is now, like I said, most of them aren't. There's only maybe one question technically. So if I missed any because there's no QQQ, how can I see it? So
I
if you
see
have,
Uncle Charlie has one down at the
he
bottom.
has one, but we'll wait on Uncle
Okay.
Charlie.
All right. Okay. I just see it. I just happen to see that.
Um, Robyn, I completely agree. You should give it 90 days because depending on your personal health issues, it takes everyone different lengths of time to adjust and adapt. Yeah, I actually feel the same way.
Yep.
I think all of us feel the same way that are in carnivore. Unfortunately, though, when you hear 90 days, you're thinking to yourself, I can't give it that. That's way too long. So you
Yes.
need to build them up to the 90 days.
You're
You
right.
need to hit their psyche and say, well, do you think you could do 2 weeks? Well, yeah, I could do 2 weeks. Okay. And then when you feel a little bit better, what if you do the 30 days and then build them up to it? Because their brains, if they're not really interested in carnivore, as they see the progress on how they feel, then they're
Mhm.
going to give it the more time. But in the initial, most people are going to be like 90 days, that's way too much. I can't handle 90 days. There's no way, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. See, I was a professional dieter. Okay.
Right.
So I knew I could do 90 days. But what I've been doing now as a health coach, this has been my second round of doing this, is inviting people to 7 days sugar free, just 7 days of a sugar-free lifestyle. And if you think about what truly sugar-free, if you really want to be all the way sugar-free, you're going to be carnivore because meat
Oh
is
yeah.
the only thing that don't have carbs, right? So, teaching people what it means to be sugar-free and then just see if I took sugar out of my diet for 7 days, what would happen? And so many people feel such when that inflammation starts to go down,
Hmm.
they really feel so much better. So I don't know if you guys have watched my channel, but my brother cousin Sherrod Brown, the Meat Man, he was one of those people who he watched me do this for 2 years before he would even think about trying it, and then he decided to do my 7 day challenge a year ago, and he's become a carnivore coach. He is a hardcore carnivore. In fact, he gave me a big old bag of beef tallow the other day. So, you know, just giving people something that they can bite off that is more reasonable for them has been something that I am, trying as I try different iterations of my coaching program and trying to get people to think about, sugar, elimination of sugar, because really this problem, it has to do with an overconsumption of carbohydrates and ultra processed foods. I mean, certainly the seed oils are not doing us any favors. And so if I can get you to just try 7 days, then you might want to try 7 more days and 7 more days. And that's what my brother cousin did, is he tried 7 days and 7 days and 7 days, and now it's been a year.
Yep. I
Over a
mean,
year now.
I hate. Oh, we have to show this guy off. Hey, Rick, charge him
Hey,
open.
Rick.
So, before we actually go on to more questions, I want to do two thank yous. So I'm going to actually share my screen. So the first thank you I'm going to do is on my Instagram. I want to thank um, Barry Simon, who just bought me 10 Hack Your Health coffees. So
Nice.
thank you, Barry. Your generosity is always so overwhelming. It's not even funny.
That's
And then
awesome.
I'm going to then go to take that out, put another one in. Don't you love it how you can share your screen and stuff?
Yeah, that
And
is nice.
I just want to show on Instagram, we have so far it hasn't been too much chat in Instagram, but I just want to shout out that we have Billy Cook here.
Hey, Billy.
Fitness Beyond Time, which is Mark Enos, Coach Mark
Hey,
Enos.
Mark.
Mark. I don't know who the one other joined is. I think it said before, it said her name was Susan. So if you're Susan, hello, Susan. And of course, we got Karen Miles. The infamous Karen Miles is here. So,
Hey, Karen.
and I can't, I'm trying to get Karen to come onto my channel, but Karen's so busy that I don't know if she even realizes I've been asking her.
Come on, Karen.
Come on.
And then you can come on my channel after you come on
Yes, yes. And
Thomas's
and
channel.
I actually did go onto your channel, and let me show that. I mean, I should be easy to find because I know my name. Hello everyone watching from StreamYard. So I did check out your channel, so on Facebook. So so check out, you know, again, if you guys haven't seen Robyn's channel, check it out. Um, Now, if any of you guys, and a couple of you have done it already, if any of you guys want to put your channel into the chats, just put in from my YouTube. I don't think it works on anybody else's YouTube because it's coming from me. Put
Mm,
in prime rib, all lowercase, and your channel will pop up, and people can go onto it and subscribe to your channel.
that is very cool. You got all the bells and whistles over here. I see the Nightbot over here working. I'm like,
Yep,
okay,
Nightbot,
somebody needs to
Nightbot's
teach me something.
yes. Well, I learned it from Grandma and Amy Davis. You know, Rocky
Okay.
Coach Amy, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's okay. So let me go back to the star. I just love going back to the star. Um, okay, so you're saying about Uncle Charlie before, but you know what? He wasn't the first person to ask a question. That would not be fair to not at least show the first question that I saw. So that's from Fred Grandma Robyn. It sounds like you were watching around the time Dr. Barry was still cracking jokes about locking us in his barn and feeding us meat.
Yeah, I was like, I was an OG because I was keto for so long. And so I was always looking for people who were talking about keto. And Dr. Barry was prolific, as you know, talking about
And
keto.
never.
So yeah, so it was really, I was honored to be able to interview he and Nisha on my channel. That was so amazing. And then I got a chance to meet him at a meetup in Memphis, and that was really amazing because he had literally changed my life. Watching him go keto to carnivore and just take away that fear, because I think that there is a lot of fear associated with going meat-based or primarily meat-based. When I think about, people are, when you start talking about, first of all, if you use the word carnivore, you can see the walls go up behind their eyes. Like, I do not want to hear about this. Nope, this is not something that I could ever or would ever do. And and so, I was able to watch him do it, and it really, really, it changed my life. It literally changed everything. And so so I'm really thankful for Dr. Barry. And there was a lot going on back there. I remember his building burned down, and I mean, just so much happened back in those days. But he going carnivore changed my life. So that I have to give him credit, like all the credit for being the person to change my mind regarding carnivore.
Yeah. I mean, I think he probably did it for all of us in an introvert way, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember when I first saw him, my mom used to, I've told this story many times, and my mom had metastatic breast cancer. So she was very sick towards the end. You know, it actually
Mm,
deteriorated her skull, and
oh
she
my
was very
God.
weak. And the only way I could actually take care of her was if I put Dr. Barry video on, and she would hear his voice. I guess she had either a crush on him or his voice. I have no idea which.
Yeah.
But she'd be like, "Oh, Dr.
He is a
Barry's on."
Southern gentleman.
Yeah, and she'd be like, "Okay, you know, like, come on, I gotta get dressed, I gotta get ready. Come on, help me get dressed. You know, Dr. Barry's on TV." You know,
Oh,
and then
that's
Bella
so
would actually be
sweet.
the one that put her to sleep. You know, because because back then she was playing her piano music all the time.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
She's
I would put
another
her.
incredible person that's just changing the game out here. So many amazing influencers now. That it's just really, really, it's really awesome to see so
Yeah,
many different ones. Because when I was 3.5 years ago, just 3.5 years ago, there weren't that many people out here talking about this.
no,
And now it's like it's been a big boom, and people telling their own stories, and people creating a channel to talk about the amazing benefits. It's really, really, really profoundly impactful. And so I'm I'm glad to be in the number of those that are out here talking about this because it's life changing.
I know. And so many, it always tears me up a little bit inside when there's people out there that are like, well, my story's not that great. My story's not, and we all know
Every
that's not
story,
great.
every
Every
story. If
story
you
hit.
listen to Dr. Kiltz, it is the documented stories that
Yep.
count. Tell your story. Somebody is going to need to hear it. Somebody's going to need to hear whatever it was that caused you to try it and the benefits that you've achieved. Um, and so I think that it's so important that each of us, share the information if you're able. I mean, some people just they
Some
don't want
people
to get
just
in front of
aren't
a
camera
camera,
people.
right?
Yeah. 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 And that'll agree
So.
with, I just like when they're like, oh, my story's not that great. I'm just like,
mm. I mean, I could
okay.
say that too. I could really say that
Well,
because
any
there's so
one of
many
us
people
can
have,
say that, but it's not necessarily true.
right. Yeah. So many people have really, really, I mean, they literally are getting up off of their bed, getting up off of their deathbed by changing
Yeah.
what they eat. Now that's incredible to me. They're
Yeah.
reversing chronic irreversible disease. You think about type 2 diabetes, 3.5 years ago, that was incurable. Remember?
Yeah.
And so now it's easily reversible, and we're discovering that.
Yeah.
So it's
Which is
really,
scary. It's,
yeah, I'm sure there's many other things too. That's why I
but,
say, the
and,
fear that people have is so profound to try it. I mean,
you
they're
know,
just so afraid of it.
and also too, like half these people that say that their stories aren't that great. Well, who are you comparing it to?
Right, right.
I mean, not to be mean, but yeah, like if I compared myself to Bill Knott or to Grandma with their stories of
Hmm.
like losing weight and their journeys and stuff like that, um, yeah, no offense, but I don't consider myself to have a great story. But if I compare myself to me, to the journey that I was in,
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
and my story, and I look at it this way, like I used to be, I don't know if anybody else here has been, but I used to be like in the marching band and in jazz band. I played the trombone when I was a kid. I never was really that great, but it doesn't really matter just as long as you can play a few notes. And I every part, no matter what position you are, no matter what, every piece has a part to that music,
Yes.
and little and big, every story, all the stories build the book. Every story builds the novel, the
Yep.
masterpiece,
Yep.
and I mean, how do you think Harry did his movie?
Exactly.
If he only told the big, he told the stories he can tell. Now, if he's going to move on from there, that's,
Hmm.
and go further, he can go further with the smaller stories, you know? So, yeah, I mean, I think all stories are good. But
Yes, they are.
let's go back to the questions.
Okay.
So Amanda, sweet little Amanda, Robyn, I completely agree. You should give it 9. Oh, we already said that. Why didn't I take that out?
I
Because
do want to, I mean, I think that this is so critical, right? Because, like I said, if I had just decided to do 30 days, I would not be here today. I would not be here today. I would not have achieved all those amazing benefits, you know, everything from anxiety, which was debilitating. And I got to tell you why. Well, the things that really cause the anxiety is kind of trippy, actually. To Raynaud's, where my fingertips would go white when I touch something cold. That is something that also is a lot better. Seasonal allergies, like who would have thought that eating meat could change that? So 90 days is the sweet spot. That's where you need to get to in order to, I mean, that carnivore Zen thing that they talk about is coming in around that 90-day period. When
right,
you really, when your body really transitions into be able to burn fat for fuel. And because we have been on a high carbohydrate, most of us standard American diet, um, you know, for all of our lives, basically, our bodies need to literally relearn how to burn fat for fuel. And so it takes some time. I got to tell y'all about this anxiety though, because I had a revelation after I went on a cruise a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
And on that cruise, I was a carnivore. I decided that I was going to have a little bit of mint in my sparkling water because I'm on a cruise, you know, I'm going to enjoy my life, have a little something refreshing,
Yeah,
put some
indulge a
mint
little
in the
bit.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, just indulge myself a little bit.
Yeah.
And when I did that for, I think I did it for about 3 days of having maybe one or two of those a day. By the time I got off of that cruise, my anxiety was back like through the roof. I could not function. I had the same fear, that same level of anxiety, that debilitating version of the anxiety was back. Like we went to the mall in Miami, my husband and we were on the second floor, and you know how the mall has those glass walls where you can see over the edge, you can see all the way down, right? And I got stuck in place. I could not move one foot in front of the other. I'm grabbing onto my husband like, oh my God, I got to get out of here. And he's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I can't move. I can't function in here. And that was from doing mint in my water for just a few times. And that took my anxiety through the roof. Now, I never would have thought of mint or some kind of leafy, cilantro or, even lettuce or leafy greens as being a problem for anxiety. But for me, that was a big, big trigger for my anxiety.
Yeah. Okay, so next one's from you. Darth Carnivore Charlie. Plants might have given Robyn two black eyes, but she's gotten the last word. So it did look like
Ah,
like in that picture, it did look like you had two black eyes.
I
I'm not going
did.
to
Oh man, it was
I'm
like
not going to lie, but you're better now. So
I'm
that's
better now. Yeah, I'm better now. But there are things that I can do that cause me problems. I will mention that because particularly seed oils are so problematic. Right now, I'm having an eczema flare up on my hands, and kind of almost little rashes in different places. And I think first of all, that smoke is not helping. That is really, really toxic. And it's causing problems from not only me, but other people in my family are having major eczema and like break out with hives and, having to take steroids and all of this stuff because of the smoke. But for me, seed oils are a big trigger for eczema. They will make my hand like crack open, which is basically what has happened. Is that I eat out quite often. My husband and I, we do date night every Friday night. We've been doing it ever since we got married. We've been married. This is going to be our 17th or 18th year. Don't tell him I can't remember. Okay.
unless he's watching this, he'll know that.
18 years, I think. And so basically, we go out to eat. And every time I go out to eat, I'm like, I need to stop eating out. I need to just eat at home because the people put the seed oils on the food. And the seed oils make my hands burst open. They just make my skin boil from the inside out, and blisters start popping up everywhere. And even those places, like there's certain places where you don't get them. Like I'll say like Five Guys burgers, they have a smash burger. They put that smash burger right on the griddle. They don't put anything but the burger on there. Okay. But I went to Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse puts seed oil on their grill. Like,
Which is
so
weird.
irritating. Like, why would you do that? When I get a seed oil, I know it because it causes me so many problems. It causes my eczema to flare up, and it takes a whole month for it to clear. So it's really not worth it. And um, I even went to Black Rock. Did you know that their butter is a seed oil?
I did not.
I
No.
think their butter is a seed oil. So it's one or two things. One of two things. They have this stuff they call casino butter at Black Rock. It's like a
Okay.
compound butter, right? It's like a compound butter. It's got a bunch of spices and herbs and stuff in it. Everybody loves it. I used to love it back in the day.
Right now.
But this last time I went, yeah, my finger just blistered up. So either I got a little bit of that mixed in with the butter, or there's seed oil in their butter. It's a like a fluffy butter. I should look that up just to be sure, because I do like black rock because it's just a piece of meat on a stone with some salt.
Okay.
That's it. It's quite expensive, but it's just meat on a stone and that's it. So that works for me.
Let me see if there's anything new that just came up. Nope. Okay. So now we're at Booby Goats. So she's just mentioning, Thomas, I like how you changed your name, and it is neat middle name. Yes, Aaron. And I caught that, and I changed it back from Thomas Juliet to Thomas and Juliet to my name. So
Oh,
I just I just had to mention that joke.
that's too funny.
Let me take that out. And then just Jerry, she goes, Robyn, well, you do working with, oh, you already said that. Where?
Yeah, we said that. Yep. Yep. I'm
I
a
must have marked it, but forgot
consultant.
to unmark it.
Uh, I am a program director by trade. I manage large global enterprise program implementations.
Mhm.
And so I'm working out there doing a consulting gig. And I haven't been out there in a few weeks, but when I go, yeah, I'll think about this. Yeah, the cheese thing, right? Because Wisconsin and the cheese. And I'm super sad because they have a place called the Cheese House. And I'm sure they have many cheese places because Wisconsin is the cheese state. But yeah, no cheese for me, sadly.
All right. And I'm just connected to the cheese. We'll do all the questions. Spanky's saying, I eat a lot of cheese and always have. Never had any negative results from it. I was lucky, I guess. You are.
Yeah,
You're very
you
lucky.
are. Hmm.
I mean,
You
I
are.
still indulge in the cheese because part of me is like, it's almost like that addiction,
Yeah.
well, I just really love it, so I
Hmm.
guess for me, cheese is like alcohol, it's just
Yep. 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 Dr. Wiedemann talks about it, how do you have sober behavior around certain foods?
right.
And cheese has the casomorphines. It literally is addictive, right? I mean, like, it literally it's got the feel good vibes, right? So it's gonna make you feel good when you eat it. And so that definitely could be something that is easily over consumed. Like you can easily eat too much of it because it's so delicious and it's got those casomorphines.
Okay. So the next one is from Barry Simon, connected to cheese again. So he's asking you, have you tried 90 plus day aged cheese?
I have actually. I picked some up, some real old cheese from Wisconsin last year when I was there, and or maybe it was the year before that I was there. And yes, it's the same result. I've tried the only thing I have not tried is
Okay.
raw cheese. And that could be potentially something that might work for me. But we don't get raw cheese here in Michigan. We
No,
don't
well, it's
get
good that
raw
you did
milk.
get it from Bella. And
Hmm.
even a sample, like if you ever go to one of her meetups or something like that, just be like, hey Bella, I don't know if I can take raw cheese or not, but do you have a couple slices I could try and see? That way you're
Yeah,
not spending like $30 on a thing of cheese, you
yep,
know, until you
yep.
know for sure.
I've even tried the goat cheese and the lamb cheese, all the different kinds, everything, because there's a beautiful cheese shop here, just probably 10 minutes from my house. They're called the Cheese Lady, and she's
Okay.
got all these different cheeses. And I went there and I'm like, I'm gonna just try, some different ones to see if I get the same result. And that same result. Yep.
Yeah, we have a place here. It's not cheese, but we have a place here that at the flea market that sells pickles. Like all
Mm.
fresh pickles, like barrels and barrels. Like he has about like
Oh,
40
wow.
barrels of pickles, all different types and everything. And I don't have a car, so I don't get anything ever from him. But when
Mm.
I had a car and I wasn't carnivore, I would get, a few pickles and they were delish. They were really good. They were delicious.
Yeah.
And
I
probably my
used to
favorite
love
are like,
pickles, but I have not had a pickle or an olive, any of
well,
that
I
stuff
never
since
really
I've
liked
been.
olives. Olives always had a bitter taste to me. But yeah, pickles are a whole different animal. But yeah,
Yeah.
so okay, so here's the question Uncle Charlie's asking. So watch out, people, because it's not very normal for Uncle Charlie to ask this question. So, how many times do you eat in a day, and what do you eat? Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry, I have
Thank
to
you for
bust
your
that
question, Uncle
out.
Charlie.
It's the same question every single
I
time.
typically eat once or twice a day. Every so often I will eat more than that if I'm just hungry. I'm of the mind that I eat when I'm hungry, don't eat if I'm not hungry. So usually once or twice a day. Um, Typically not more than that. I don't really do snacking or anything like that in between. What do I eat? So I eat a lot of bacon and eggs. Mostly, I kind of go off and on with eggs because I'm not sure about the whites. So sometimes I'll do one egg with uh, like two or three yolks added to it. Um, and then a lot of beef. Ground beef is really nice. I eat chicken. I eat pork. I love me a good pork steak. Pork steak is one of my favorites. The only problem is that the only thing that's truly, truly satiating is beef. I love the taste of chicken. Matter of fact, I just ate three chicken legs just before we met. But right now I'm thinking I need a burger because I'm still hungry.
Yeah,
You know,
you
it's the
need
beef
that
that's
protein.
satiating. Yep. So those are the things that I eat. That's pretty much it. I mean, every now and then I'll have some pork rinds or something like that, but not very often. And it's just that's basically it. I love a good steak. Like I was able to pick up some ribeye today. I'm happy about that. Ribeye is high right now. Although I think y'all know Meeting Wellness, Christy,
Of course, she's
Picanha
one of the
Princess or
reasons why I
whatever
have
it is.
StreamYard. Her and Adrian are two reasons I have StreamYard.
Yes, yes. So Christy just told me recently that she got picanha for 6.9. I'm not picanha. She okay, you can't say Christy without saying picanha, right? But she got ribeye for six. I think it was less than $7 a pound. Here in Michigan, it's about $15 a pound right now. So that is my favorite. I love ribeye. I do enjoy picanha. I don't know. Have you guys tried picanha? So, so good. I really love it. And then like my favorite other steak is New York strip. New York strip is really nice. And I don't think I think that's not right. Picanha princess, but yes, Christy is the picanha lady. So I love beef. Oh, I do. I will say that sometimes I'll have tuna. I did do a tuna salad type of a thing, but I'll use I see you guys talking about the Primal Kitchen. I will use that avocado mayo, the Primal Kitchen, in that. I used to love tuna with pickle relish, but I don't eat any of those plants anymore. So. Yeah. So pretty much, I really like beef. I think beef is very satiating. And when you can get it and it's a reasonable price, I'm constantly looking. I have an app, it's called Flip, Flipp, and it will let you see what the sales are in your area. So I have my list set up to show me whenever steak goes on sale so that I can go and get some.
Okay. The reason why I left is because you just made me think about getting something, so I wanted to get that, but I wanted to see first. Where am I finding it? Okay. So, fortunately, I have to go through the did I make it? Oh, so here I'm going to show you some videos that I did, if
Okay.
that's okay.
Yep.
And um, let me go to StreamYard real quick. Okay, so this is the first one I want to mention. I want to show you because I don't know if you've seen any of my videos. Videos I made. Open. All right, so the first one is actually going to be the John Stud video. I thought you'd like to see that. All right. So this is the first one.
Oh, that's funny.
I thought you would like that.
That's super cute.
And then let me see the next one, because I know I have her somewhere around here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. All right. This is
Oh, it's funny. Oh my gosh, hilarious.
she loves it.
I'll bet. Yeah. That's my girl. Christy and we're old friends.
Yeah, Chrissy's wonderful. Oh, it was actually Adrian that got me to get, she hooked me up to the StreamYard. But
Mm-hmm.
and then later on I met Christy, and
Yeah.
I already knew Ellie. But she hasn't really been around that much. I mean, she's a kid.
No, yeah.
And
We were supposed to do a collab, and then she kind
I
of,
miss Nia too,
yeah, I know. Yeah, I reached out to Nia. She's taking a break. So,
Yeah.
I get it because the YouTube
Sometimes
can
it gets
be
overpowering.
very challenging.
Yep.
Some days, I'll be honest, some days I'm doing this summer series. It's called Walk and Talk Summer. And some days I'm like, so just what do I have to say? Like, there's nothing profound for me to say. I'm just talking regular stuff. And that's the idea of the Walk and Talk Summer. But still, it feels like I'll say imposter syndrome. Like, who am I to say anything to anybody? So some days it does feel like that. And then also, you get the haters. I think some people get a lot of haters. So far, I haven't experienced much of that besides the trolls that I get on while I'm doing my live streams. And I don't care. Go ahead and talk as long as you don't be nasty. I won't kick you
Right.
out. But it can be very difficult. People are hard on people, especially people who have little kids. They they just say so many negative things and it's hard. And then it's hard. I was thinking about this. Sometimes it's hard for people to stay on this way of eating.
It is. It is.
And so when you struggle, you feel bad about it, I think. And it's hard to come back and say, I'm struggling. And people are so judgmental. They're so judgmental. We have to stop being so freaking dogmatic, right? Everybody, I'm of the philosophy, you do your carnivore your way. Your carnivore your way. If it works for you and you achieve the benefits that you want, then that is up to you. I'm not the one to tell you that you have to eat only, panda massage, Dr. Berry. Panda massage beef. Like, we don't, that's not what this is. And so the community can be challenging sometimes. And so it is. It's just really the way it is. I'm a carnatic. I am
Well,
carnatic.
you're a carnatic.
Oh,
All right, so I
carnatic.
want to show just one more because we mentioned him a few times. But I did a video with Dr. Kiltz, and I don't know if you remember now. Before I show it, there was a video that he did with Carrie Mann where he was in a Walmart and they were looking. It was him, Emma, and he was looking at a thing of eggs made from plants.
No, I
So
didn't see that one.
I don't know if you remember the video, but this is a thing I made.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. Yes, I love it. I love it. That's hilarious. Wow. Why does it keep getting bigger? Oh my God. Hilarious. Oh, that's a riot.
I
Yeah.
think.
I think it's fascinating the how, and I'm not coming for the vegans. Hey, y'all do you. If that's working for you, I've seen too many people get sick from vegan though, actually, really, really sick. But why are you trying to make stuff that tastes like eggs or stuff that tastes like beef if you don't want to eat meat? You're gonna
You
eat
know,
all those chemicals? Come on.
I used to say the exact same thing to my mom, or practically the same thing. My mom used to be vegan too. She was because
Mm,
she, and the reason why she was vegan is because she loved cows and she loved their eyes and she just felt bad for them and
yeah.
everything. And then as time went on, when she got sicker and sicker, when we watched Dr. Barry and stuff like that, she's like, maybe I should try some meat. Maybe I should try. So what I did was I actually got a picture. I showed Juliet yesterday when she was at my house, at my apartment. There's a cow that's on the wall. It's now in another room, but I had it right in front of the kitchen table. And she would look at and whenever she was about to eat meat, she would thank the cow and say, "Thank you for giving me my health," you know? And and she loved that and everything. So
Yeah.
so that helped her out. But it's funny, like I used to tease her all the time. I'm like, why is it that the people that eat steak don't make the steak look like a carrot?
I know that's right.
But but
No, we
yet
do not.
But yet you are taking vegetables and making it look like meat.
Hmm.
If you like, obviously you deep down want the meat, you
Yeah.
know?
Hmm. I,
So
I remember I remember my mom trying to tell me about this carrot hot dog, how to make a hot dog out of a carrot. I'm like, why would you do that? Just eat the dang hot dog.
just eat the damn hot dog. Yeah,
Just eat
exactly.
the dang hot dog. But one of the things that I recall was because we know that Emma was a vegan
She was about
for like
6, 7
five
years, yeah.
years.
Yep.
And that when she first tasted that, the video of her
Mhm.
tasting that meat, I think it was egg for the first time,
I think so
and
too, yeah.
how she just was it's a visceral thing. Humans are designed to eat animal-based food. It's just the way that it is.
Yeah, and and
And
and lucky for me, we're gonna find out on the 20th a little bit more about her because she's gonna be on my channel. So,
nice.
yeah, so,
Yes, that's awesome.
yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. It's right on my
Yeah,
birthday.
she's a
So, yeah.
sweetheart. She's such a sweet girl. I cannot wait to see her in September.
Yeah, she was like when I told her it was on my birthday, she's like, "What? Like, you want your birthday? Like, that's your birthday." I'm like, "Well, of course it's my birthday. That's why you're on it." Like,
Right.
what
Yes.
better way to
What a great
celebrate
gift.
your,
Yes.
And,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
all right, so let's go back to the questions. We still got about 7 more to go.
Okay.
So we got Amanda, and this is just she put the QQQ because she want to make sure I see it. Thomas, you're right. Now I'm reading this for 2 reasons. Okay, Thomas, you're right. When you're just starting out, hearing 90 days carnivore sounds insane. I'm putting this out twice because it's just to reiterate that not everybody can. You hear 90 days and it's like, whoa. I do agree 90 days is the you
Hmm.
know the
If you can get to that 90-day
the,
point,
the,
you're going to be
the
like,
sweet spot. The sweet spot. I like to call it the sweet spot. But I also want to put this out there too because I don't really see that often people saying I'm right, and I just want to be able to.
you're right this time. You got that one.
Well, this must be really important for Jerry because look how many cues that she's putting out.
Yes.
Do you eat raw beef, and have you tried?
So, as I said, when I was 11, I started out eating raw hamburger meat.
Yep.
My mom thought I was going to kill myself with some kind of, probably, maybe so. I don't know. The meat packing plants can be pretty nasty. But no, I do not eat raw meat, but I am finding myself going more and more rare. So I used to eat my meat like medium well. Um, I mean, back in the day, everything had to be well done. Like you couldn't eat a piece of meat unless it was like shoe leather. So now, when I finally grew up and I was like, how do I like it? I like medium. But as I'm being more and more carnivore, I'm getting it more and more rare. But no, I don't eat raw, but I do eat sushi, sashimi. I do eat
Yeah, it was
sashimi every
sushi
now
before
and
we were
then.
carnivore, but yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because we don't want the rice.
No rice.
No, no rice, and especially if you've seen, I don't know if you ever seen Grandma's Brown Rice Story?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you should check it out.
You know what? I don't watch
First
that much YouTube,
before you do
y'all.
though, I would prepare yourself. Just
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to check it out.
it's like seeing a horror movie for the first time.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. I have to get recommendations because I don't have too much time. I work like I got this new job, y'all.
That's good.
And I got it about 3 months
Yes, unless
ago.
you didn't want
And
it.
I'm telling you, I am running like a mad woman. I work day and night. And in fact, the motto that I tell my team, we don't sleep, we work. Keep working. I just work. So I don't watch very much YouTube, but if give me a recommendation, I would love to watch it.
Okay, so this next one is, and I forgot to put part of it to make it make sense, so I'll add in verbally.
Mhm.
So Spanky's saying raw meat, I meant. In the conversation, he was saying, ooh, gross, raw
Yep.
meat.
Yes.
So obviously Spanky does not like raw meat. And then Jerry puts in, Spanky, you do realize, because he loves Caesar dressing, you do realize that Caesar dressing has raw eggs in it, don't you?
Yeah, it
So
does.
yeah,
It
it's like
does.
we used to tell this guy that was he was actually vegan. He never ate actually I don't know if he was vegan or something else, but he just didn't really eat. He definitely didn't eat red meat,
Mm.
and or he didn't eat pork. That might be what it is. He didn't eat
Oh,
pork.
okay. Yeah.
And there's actually no red meat. I'm sorry, because I don't know if anybody realizes this or not. Now, this doesn't make it carnivore, so people do not think that this makes what I'm about to say. But supposedly, Pop Tarts has gelatin in it, and
That's uh,
so we used to tease him because he would come to work eating Pop Tarts, and
you eat pork, boy. You
we're
eat
like,
pork.
we actually nicknamed him Gary Gnu, because he kind of reminds you of that guy from the Great Space Coasters. That news. I don't know if you remember that show back in the 70s.
God, you are aging us over here. Yep. Yep.
And he was a nice guy, but he just was really, really stupid sometimes. Sorry.
Hmm.
Like what I actually worked with him at a shipping and receiving place. And there's
Oh.
this one time that we sometimes we drive Cushman, sometimes we drive vans to deliver to a Bristol Myers Squibb. And this one time I had about like 3 loads of like these huge packages. And I'm going like across the whole thing, and he's going like right next door with 2 boxes.
Mm.
And he's going to everybody like, oh, I need a van to do this stuff. Tom can walk. I'm like, these are 200-pound packages. What the?
Wow. That's crazy.
I just looked at him like, are you
Mm-mm-mm.
freaking crazy? All right. So let me just get that out there. But yeah, he didn't, like we used to tease him and say, like, you know Pop Tarts have gelatin, have meat in them, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no, they don't. They don't.
A lot of things are surprising that they put into the different food. I'm going to put food with quotes because it's food products, right?
Yeah.
You will be surprised at the stuff that's in this doggone food. It's like, what were they? I think it's, trying to hit that bliss point. You think about a Pop Tart, it's perfectly flaky. And when you bend it open, it's got that sort of gelatin stuff in the middle of it. It's got that for perfect consistency. They're doing a lot of the stuff to the food to make it hit us in the feels, right?
Yeah.
Hit us in the feel goods. I'm not surprised to hear that Pop Tarts has gelatin in it. Um, in fact, the marshmallows is gelatin. Um,
think so. Yeah, I think so.
it's not just marshmallow, like it's gelatin. So it's really interesting what they do to the food to make it do what it does and make you addicted.
Okay, um, so Spanky is also saying that ketovore is his money spot. Carnivore just wasn't his jam, which
Yeah. I think that that
I
is a
totally agree with.
reasonable thing to say because I honestly and truly, when I first started carnivore and I was on it for maybe the first year, I thought, oh, everybody should be a carnivore. Everybody needs to be a carnivore. But as I've gone along, I realized maybe it's not everybody, but definitely me. I need to be a carnivore because plants are trying to kill me for real, y'all. And so maybe if those plants, I mean, I think plants are toxic in general, right? So if I just overgeneralize, plants have a lot of toxic properties, right? So that's why we have to cook them and make sure that we. I was just listening to this Native American article on NPR. They were talking about eating chestnuts, eating chestnuts,
Chestnuts, okay.
right?
Like I never
And
heard
how you have to leach the chestnuts. Like you gotta get all the poison out of the chestnut and in order to make it into this stew. It's the same with a lot of plants. I think about greens like collard greens, which we grew up eating all the time, collard greens. How long you have to cook that stuff to make it actually edible before, to break it down enough to where you can actually tolerate it. You couldn't just take a collard leaf and just eat it raw. You shouldn't do that. It's going to make you sick. And so I think, we have to cook plants in order to make them tolerable and to reduce the load of those anti-nutrients and toxic properties from them. And definitely do not eat no salads right now, especially no bag salads. Stay away from that unless you are like okay with having explosive diarrhea. We don't want that. We don't want that. Leave those bag salads alone. Maybe grow your own food in your garden if you're able to. Like my church has a community garden,
Awesome.
and we give that food away because we get a huge harvest of food. The church can't even accommodate all of that food, but I can't tolerate plants personally,
Right.
and so they cause me a lot of problems, and really always have. My body was speaking to me. I just was not able to interpret what it was telling me.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to listen,
Hmm.
because you don't really hear it saying anything, and then you realize, like, I'll give you an example. I never really knew what seed oils would do to me. I mean, even now, and like I've had them before, and I never really felt too much of a badness. But yesterday,
Hmm.
I went out with Juliet to this
Hmm.
restaurant, and I did look, and they said that they cook their hamburgers in their own fats.
Hmm.
What they didn't mention, what was not mentioned, is they do it on the same grill that
Oh,
they cook their other stuff, and they use the seed oils, and everything. And we
yeah.
tried to get them to not do. And Juliet's fine. She had the same thing. We had two burgers, bacon cheeseburgers and stuff like that. And cheese doesn't really affect. I don't think cheese affects me in the way of like feeling sick. I think it's more just
Hmm.
like, you know. And I was throwing up this morning when I woke
Oh
up.
no.
So I think that it was just way too many seed oils that were in that burger, and everything. And I'm fine, obviously I wouldn't
Yeah.
be here if I wasn't. Of course
Right.
I did call out from work,
Mm.
because work is like extra money to me. So
Oh,
if I miss a day, I'm not really, because
okay.
my roommate helps me with my rent, and then my own disability paycheck helps me with the rent.
Mm. Hmm.
Um, so this is extra. And when I say extra, because obviously I'm having a hard time saving them for trips, but like extra, like to be able to get more steaks and stuff like that, and to be
Yeah.
able to,
Yes.
you know, um,
Yep.
but, yeah, so I was just
The
like, okay,
seed
there's
oils
like,
are so bad. Like
it has to be the
it's
seed
probably
oils. Now,
the
could it be
worst
could it be the
thing.
cheese? Yeah, it could be the cheese,
Could be.
but
Hmm.
I think mostly it was the seed oils. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Seed oils are pretty
yeah.
toxic.
So we have 2 more questions.
Okay.
One's not really, well, we have 2 more things that are put out. So Sharon Steadfast, I don't know if you know who Sharon is, but Steadfast. Jerry, she's talking to Jerry on this one, but she just said, and I just want to put this out because she just said, I had tried arugula last month, credit or discredit to Michaela Peterson, but that was lackluster. Happy I wasn't eating it now. I only put it out there because I like to say the word arugula because it sounds like, if you say it like really well, like arugula. So I had to put that out there.
Yeah, arugula is kind of spicy, I think. It has
for
it's a
for a
weird
lot of,
green.
yeah. It does have a little bit of a kick to it. Just
Mm-hmm.
a little bit.
Yes.
But I think it's like one of those things that you just have to get used to it,
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not going to get used to it because I'm never going to have it again. I don't, as long as I'm making the decision and choices about what I'm eating, I will not be eating plants. Just can't handle it. The oldest.
And Wendy says the oldest recipes for marshmallows didn't have gelatin. Different forms of sugar were cooked in various ways, and the foamy goo, I just love how she said goo was
Ooh.
set in sheets.
Yep.
Nice.
Why?
And here's
Why we
somebody
add
from
the stuff to the food, right? God, it's so
your-
annoying.
yeah. Here's somebody from your channel. Did I not tell you that I can
Hey,
tell
Scooby
when
the
they're
dog.
your Scooby the dog? Hey, Thomas, Robyn, and chat friends. I just came on this. How long has it been going on? We've been on for close to like 5 days now, Ellen. I
Sorry.
don't know where you've been. It's good. According to the time thing, we've been on for an hour and a half. Um,
Yes.
and then another person that's on your channel, which I didn't realize until just now, is Karen Harrington. Hey,
Hey,
Karen.
Karen.
I have a couple of cucumbers out of a friend's garden, and it was good. Yes, my
Yeah.
mom used to make cucumber salad with sour cream,
Hmm.
and I did 3 days of different things that I used things I don't normally have back to the vegetables and stuff, and they were very small, and I got a lot of kickback from it. I did a small cucumber, made my mom's cucumber salad in her memory because it was actually about
Aw.
a week before the anniversary of her death. So I made that in her honor, and then I also made, based on kilts. I took a small potato, and when I say small, I mean the size of a golf ball.
Oh,
But
wow.
sliced it really really thin, and I put it in a deep fryer with beef tallow in the deep fryer, crisped it
I
up,
know that was delicious. French,
and then
those
I
potato
cooked it,
chips.
and then I dipped it in sour cream.
Oh my
Just like
God, that
Dr.
sounds
Kilt's.
amazing.
Just like Dr. Kilt's.
Yeah.
And then I made some carnivore nachos with some jalapeno and some avocado.
Nice.
So now that I did have a
Yeah.
stomachache afterwards, but I can't tell you whether it was the avocado or the jalapeno. Because you would
Yeah.
think it'd be the jalapeno, but
Hmm.
there's a lot of people out there, and I think Sharon was one of them, that said that sometimes avocado can cause issues. But I didn't.
Yeah. I'm really nervous about trying plants. The most I'll do is I use the Redmond's real salt seasoned salt. Sometimes I'll put a little onion powder or garlic powder just for flavor. But other than that, I'm nervous about the plants because
Yeah.
I have had such bad reactions to them. And so I'm like, I've tried different things over the course of this time. I've tried a few things. I always had a little bit of issue like with onions and tomato. I had an allergy to watermelon when I was a kid. It used to make my throat and my tongue itch, everything itch inside my mouth. And I was just willing to just deal with it because it tasted so good. At this point in my life, I'm about to be 60 in like 3 days. I'm not playing with this food. I'm just gonna go ahead and eat what serves me and leave the rest of that stuff alone.
I totally agree with that. I really. All right, just Jerry. You've been waiting. Jerry, you're so excited. Calm down. Just 3 Qs. Oh, I love you, Jerry. Like, he's got
Jerry,
to see
I
this.
don't get burned anymore. I think that the sunburn problem is coming from the seed oils. I think that seed oil is causing our skin to burn.
I think so too. I
So
don't think so.
primarily, I believe that elimination of seed oils does help with that. I mean, even right now, I go outside and I walk, and I should be a little bit more tan than this right now. Like I have to get my tan in the summertime because in the wintertime, my tan is gonna go away. So I try to get it in the summertime, but this year it's just taking longer for me to get for my skin to darken up. But I do get sunburn and have been sunburned many, many times. And I have not had a sunburn since I eliminated seed oils from my way of eating. So,
Yeah, I actually, when I was a kid, I used to get actually pretty tan. But when I actually gained the weight and had a lot of my health issues, I was more pale than
mhm,
anything. So something tells me, like, once I lose some more weight and once the insulin resistance, certain things are going to start fixing. Maybe not
yes.
curing, but fixing. Like,
Maybe
even
curing
my
though.
hair,
Have
if you look
hope.
at my hair here, I didn't have any hair around this area here.
Hmm.
And now it's
That's
it's starting to
amazing.
grow. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I wear the hat,
I
because
definitely need
I
you.
feel like,
You got to come on my channel and let me interview you
of
about
course.
your carnivore
And you do me a
lifestyle.
solid, why wouldn't I do you a solid?
Absolutely. Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
I don't know if you know too much about my story, but yeah, I definitely would do that.
We're gonna hear it on Carnivorous Grandma Speaks.
Yes. Oh, that's cool. Is that what your channel's called? Carnivorous
My
Grandma's.
it's Carnivorous Grandma,
Okay.
and I have a lot of different shows that I do. So I have Carnivorous Grandma Speaks, which is like where I do chatting. I just talk, or I'll have a guest. If the guest is male, the guest gets to be on Carnivorous Grandma Speaks. If the guest is female, then the gets to be on Carnivorous Grandma Speaks Women of Wisdom series. And then I also have a Chatting with Doctors series playlist on my channel where I try to interview doctors and those that are um, kind of talking about changing your body and changing your life, changing your health trajectory through nutrition. And I also have a show called Hey Sister Girl, which is my Monday night show with G Brown, which she hasn't been there for a few weeks, but that's a Monday night show. And I have another show. It's called Coach's Corner with my brother cousin, Sherrod the Meat Man Brown. And we are talking
Okay.
to coach. So we're talking about coaching related topics. And we are looking for coaches, for carnivore coaches or proper human diet coaches to come on and be a panelist on that show. So I
Oh,
have
that's
a whole host of different shows that
yeah.
I'm doing.
There's a lot of coaches. And G is actually going to be on my channel. I have to look at the date because we had to change it. She was supposed to be before you originally, but then she realized that she was going to be on a cruise or something.
Yes. Well,
And
that's not surprising. She's
no,
always on a cruise.
yeah, I know. So we rescheduled it and trying to make it work with the cruise, I guess.
Oh,
And yeah,
you're
I
gonna
mean, I
love
know
her.
I know she also
They're
goes by Meet the Browns or something like that, right? And
yes, Frederick and Giselle, and they are awesome,
yeah,
awesome
and I
people.
would love to have
And
Fred. If she wants to bring her husband with her, he can come
yes,
too. I mean, that's
yes, yes,
we could
yes.
we could we could change it. Just tell me ahead of time, and we'll do the picture with him and her.
His
And
story is incredible. Actually, if he's not coming with her, you got to get him on by himself because his story is literally incredible. You got to hear it.
all right, so we have thinking for myself is
Hey,
here. D, hey D, how you doing? And of course, I was showing it before, but I took it off for a second. And yeah, seed oils do a lot of damage. I do agree, Carnivore
yes.
Ron. It was great seeing you on Kilts the other day. And Ron, just a shout out, if you want to be on my channel, you're welcome too. I mean, obviously, um, you've been through a lot. You have a lot of, you know. So Danny boy, Dan's Lion Danivore podcast is saying, Robyn,
Hi,
I
Dan.
get posed this question a lot, and I would love to hear your response. How do you respond to critics who say eliminating vegetables means missing out on vital nutrients?
Oh, this is so funny. I just talked about this on my show, Hey Sister Girl, last week.
Mhm.
Uh, so first of all, meat is very, very highly nutritious, highly nutritious, and it's very easy for our bodies to get the nutrients out of the meat. I think that we think that meat is not nutritious somehow, but it has a lot of vitamins and minerals, pretty much most everything that you need. The other thing is when you think about plants, as I mentioned, they're very difficult for us to digest and to process. Our bodies are not designed to process those plants. So you think about what's happening with what we do as a carnivore. We're taking the animal, which has the appropriate stomachs and gastric system to process those plants and get the nutrients out, eats the meat. I mean, eats the plants, right? They
Mm-hmm.
process the plant. They literally what they call chew the cud, meaning they keep regurgitating this stuff up and then chewing it up because it's very difficult to get the nutrients out. We don't do that. So then we eat the beautiful meat that has all the nutrients in it. So the problem with the plant and us is that we just don't have the mechanisms to get most of the nutrition out. If you think about what happens when you eat plants, it goes pretty much straight through you. You never see any meat in the potty after you go, but what you will see is corn. You will see, leaves. You'll see plants in the potty when you go because our body is not able to process. So bioavailability is so important. The plants may have the nutrients, but we can't get them out easily, right? Or we have to cook it to death so much that we cook out most of what the value is that we think that we're getting from it. So what I would say to people who think that they're getting nutrients from plants is you do not have the proper mechanism. You don't have the stomachs to be able to do it. You can't get it out. And and people sometimes do require supplementation on carnivore, but not the kind of things that not a lot of the things that you would think, like a multivitamin. Most people don't need to take a multivitamin. But some people do need to supplement with things like electrolytes. They might have electrolyte imbalances. Some people get like cramping, leg cramping, things like that. Sometimes I get foot cramps and I know like I'm dehydrated. I need to make sure that I'm supplement with electrolytes and then also make sure that I'm hydrating sufficiently. A lot of people need to take iodine. If you listen to Dr. Elizabeth Bright, she says that most of us are iodine deficient because of the fact that our soil is depleted. Even though the animal is eating the grasses and the plants that has the nutrients that we need, our soil is depleted. So some of those vitamins and minerals that we would typically get through our soil, we don't get them because our soil is just depleted. And so you may need to do supplementation with things like iodine. And so you have to consider for yourself. It really is an N equals one. Like it's what does your body require? And those things are the only way you can figure that out is to figure it out for yourself. Everybody could say, the people could say everybody needs to take a multivitamin. That's not true. Everybody does not need to take a multivitamin. And in fact, it's just expensive pee is what you're getting there, right? You're peeing that stuff out because your body it's not doing anything with it. A lot of people need to take vitamin D, D3 plus K2, right? You want to make sure that you add the K2 so that the D3 goes where in the right places where it's supposed to go, right? We want to make sure that we're doing all the things. So you really need to do your own research
You do. I agree.
and understand that your body is not designed to process these plants. I'm sorry. Yeah, it might taste good. Some people love a what they call a nice salad. To me, there's no such thing as a nice salad. All salads are evil because they cause me problems.
Well, no, I think there's a nice salad, but it's just eliminate the lettuce and the vegetables and just have eggs, cheese, bacon if you want, diced
Hmm.
up ham or whatever,
Yep.
like that's the only thing I would get at the salad bar, and then just go from there.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe a
Yep.
little bit of your own salt supplied by Carrie Mann,
Yes.
um, in his little shaker thing, and
Yes. I got
um,
about 10 of those things around here.
yeah, he actually gifted me a couple of them.
Nice.
Okay, so we got uh, okay, so Ron, just make sure, is your email on your YouTube channel? Because I don't actually have your email, so it's a little hard for me to email you when I don't have the email, you know. So if you don't have it on your email channel, I can give you my email address and you can email me to email you, or just so just let me know. All right, so take that out. And
Thank
I
you,
gave
Carnivore
both
Ron.
of your channels a thumbs up. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate
We
that.
appreciate that.
Um, and and then we have Steadfast is saying the best information is the last couple of weeks from Carnivore Teacher
Oh,
Alpha,
yeah.
his series on vegetables and fruit. I have made a playlist. It's so good. And
He's breaking it down. He is so amazing. I
yeah.
love, love, love him. John Laspina, one of my faves. Yes, absolutely.
And I don't know if I saw you before, Patricia, but I just wanted to make sure that you know that I see you. So hello, Patricia. How you doing?
I don't
Um,
know that I agreed with that statement about meat needing to be cooked, particularly
well, not every, yeah,
mm,
I think I'd rather have my meat raw too. I agree with you. But
I don't
again, it goes
prefer
back
it
to the each,
raw, but
well, it goes back to the
it
each their own,
depends who you talk to, right?
Yeah.
Dr. Kiltz is very, very, very much recommends, blue rare or raw fat, truly. And so I don't think it must be cooked, but cooking, I mean, why do you think that our ancestors went to cooking? Because it makes it taste delicious. It tastes good like that, right? So yeah, I think that that's probably a thing that we enjoy.
And Ron, yeah, if I can get on your thing, I will actually I'll do it that way. And I have other tricks too. So if you don't see me giving you an email, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, I can message you on one of them too. So if I can't find you, I will find a way to find you. Don't worry about that. Like what's the old saying? If you build it, they will come. Well, let's see. I guess that was the last question and statement that I had on there. Wow. Um, I had a lot of fun today.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Now, I asked this question to everybody. Is it what you expected?
Mm, not necessarily what I expected, but I didn't really have any expectations. Let's just go have fun.
Well, don't worry. I'm not going to put you on a spot and be like, so what did you expect?
I just expected to come have a good time. When you said the show was 2 hours, I was like, oh, we are going to chillax. We're going to kick back and have a good time. And that's
Yeah.
what we did.
Well, I mean, realistically, I know there's some people can't do 2 hours. I mean, come on. It's like when I was actually very, very shocked but I think Carrie Mann is very competitive in a way.
You think?
And when I told him that Gary No Slow did 3 hours and 20 minutes, he was like, okay, let's try to go for the 3 hours. I had to get very close. My mom was like that too. Whenever I'd sell candles, she eventually, I just said to her, I said, Mom, why don't you be the last person to buy? Because my sheets would be all like crossed off with her, like because she'd be like, oh, Mrs. Jones bought like 7 candles. Well, I gotta buy 10 candles now. Because, like she originally starts out with two and then she keeps on adding on. So I was like, okay, why don't I do you last, Mom? And you could just buy, find out who's the most and just buy those candles based on that. Like that actually is good. That way my sheet doesn't look like it's been crossed off like 1,000 times. Um, yeah, no, but two other things I wanted to say though, really quickly too. You know who does a really good video about, um, and I only seen it once, and I don't, I know of him, but Lee Kopus.
Hmm.
The fact that he shows what happens to, you know, in
Yep.
the colostomy bag, the fact that he shows what happens
Hmm.
inside it. And I mean that right there, if it, like it should be mandatory that everybody watch his video if they want to see what
Right.
testicles do,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
know?
Yeah. And I know that some people are not going to be a carnivore necessarily.
Right.
What I do believe is that when I think about, trying an elimination way of eating, especially if you have some kind of illness, if you're sick in any way, especially with autoimmune diseases, you know, um, or type 2 diabetes, something like that. I really, really think that everybody should try it. It is a sugar elimination way of eating. It's a healing protocol.
Yeah.
And so when you think about it that way, it's an elimination and you can consider it to be for a time, whatever that time frame is that you're willing to try it. Then you can see what happens when I eliminate sugar and processed foods and seed oils. The biggest differences that you're going to see, So I think that I really do believe that people should try carnivore. It may not be for everybody. Some people may end up wanting to be ketovore. Some people may want to be keto. Some people may want to be low carb. Some people might want to go back to standard American diet. But you don't know what your body can do. Your body literally can heal itself from the inside out. And we have not been told that, right? So that's the problem, is that this misinformation that we must eat these carbohydrates. We have to have plants. You need to eat the rainbow. Like there's some sort of mandatory requirement for fiber. All of these things are just, they're being misrepresented. And so the key is I really do believe that most people should try, especially if you're sick with anything, you should try it and see if it can benefit you. It's like medicine. Take it like medicine.
Yeah, I agree. So a couple people from your channel, just tell me if you know these people. Haywood
Haywood
Pittman.
said, "Go lay down." I should, Haywood. I'm tired. I really am, but I got a birthday party going on, so no,
Yeah,
no
well,
going
that
lay
probably
down.
makes you even more tired. So,
Right.
uh, all right. And then we have another person from your channel, Keto Calamity Music. Glad to once again.
Hey, Keto Camille.
So,
Glad to
oh,
have you
Keto
here.
Camille. Okay.
Glad
But
you're
don't worry,
here.
Camille. I'm just very bad at reading. So, and then thinking for myself, my carnivore helped me with grief. It's a long
Mm,
story, long. LOL.
all
Well,
right.
D, you're welcome to still be on my channel. And I'm sure Grandma would love you.
I
Um,
would love to have you come. Yeah,
yeah.
let's figure out a
Um,
way to make
and,
that
and, and
happen.
and think about it, D. My show goes for a start of an average of 2 hours, so you have plenty of time to tell your long story.
Long story. Mine are usually 1 hour, but if we need an extra hour, I
Well,
would be willing to give it to you.
I think I do 2 hours is because as much as I love Carrie, as much as I love, like Dante Frigno and everything like that, everybody, because I've done about 20 interviews, and it's like sort of like standard 1 hour. you know, and I just thought to myself, I'm like, you know what, I probably, if I had more time to think about it, because I'm very bad with dates, so I have to kind of like let the things roll. So if I'm like speeding it up, it doesn't always go into that
Yeah.
concept. So I'm like, what if I gave more time to the people? What if I
Mhm.
gave that person, okay, you have this amount of time, and you take your time and you do and you relax. And it seemed to work, you know? But like I know that when I have Bella on in September, I know she's going to be only an hour. I
Yeah.
know Emma's probably going to only be an hour. You know, like I know certain
Mhm.
people are going to be short-lived. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
That's
So
awesome.
okay, so did I start anybody else? No,
So
I
thinking for myself, if you want to come on Carnivorous Grandma Speaks, I would love to have you there to tell your story. And my show starts at 5:30
Eastern or Central?
Eastern, 5:30 Eastern. Yes. On Saturdays at
I
5:30.
do want to say one thing. I do agree with Patricia on one thing. I agree with you on the concept of raw, like of hamburger, steak, you know, just like 'cause I love my steaks black and blue. You know, I'm always doing the black and blue steaks. But
Hmm.
I do agree with Alia that she said one time, like, don't eat raw chicken. So I do
No,
agree with that.
don't eat raw chicken. The only raw meat I would eat would be beef. Even ground beef, I wouldn't probably eat raw because of the packaging. Like, unless I was able to get it uh, from like a specific packaging processing plant that I know is clean, and I ordered my beef from the farm, which I sometimes do. Um, then I might eat a little of it raw, but this meat from the grocery store, I would not because, first of all, my daughter's a PA and she tells me about the stories, the horror stories from the people who work in these meat packaging plants. I would never eat raw ground beef from the
Yeah,
grocery store.
yeah. Well, I said ground. I don't really eat raw ground beef either,
Mm-mm.
but I
But a
do. I
steak, I
the
might.
steaks I'll have. You know, I don't
Hmm.
really. You know, sorry about that. I hit my phone by mistake, and Dustin comes on. So yeah. So I had a great time.
Yes.
We're almost at the 2 hours. So you
Okay.
know, we actually if you just stay on for just a couple more minutes, I'm just going to do the final thing. So all right, everybody, we're at that time. And you guys can answer in the chats if you want to on the final question. But live, love, heal, and for God's sakes, people, eat the meat. I'll see you guys later.